Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your general tarot tune-in. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is Tarot with Netta. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node in the sign of Sagittarius. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, check out your other placements. If it does, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Grounding your reading, Six of Swords. You are moving away from a situation. Cross watchers are welcome here. So if you're dealing with a Sagittarius and you want to know what they're going through, yeah, you're welcome. Just be mindful that the roles can be reversed. Okay, Sagittarius, going into your challenge position, what's coming towards you and your advice? Okay, yeah, Six of Swords, grounding your reading. So moving away from something. Yeah, you have a lot of interesting energy here, Sagittarius. Okay, in your challenge position, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is signifying betrayal or an ending. It's not a very pleasant card, or not a pleasant card at all. You could have been backstabbed by someone. Perhaps it was this like Nine of Pentacles energy, somebody very alluring. Yeah, you could have had like some difficulty opening up in a situation and it led to this like betrayal. Yeah, you are moving away. You could be going through a breakup or divorce, a separation, literally like packing your bags and moving. Let's see, what was going on in your last reading, Sagittarius? Heartbreak, a love triangle, getting unstuck. Yeah, so you could have been dealing with like a third-party situation in your recent past, and you're still like dealing with the fallout. Okay, this story could still be like, the chapter is not closed, the story is not over. So if the reading that I did before in regards to a third-party situation where you might have found out that your partner was being unfaithful to you, and you know you're going through a breakup, like that's not the type of partner that you want. You might have children together. It might not be that easy just to like break up. You might live together. Yeah, you could be in the process of like packing your bags and moving out. And it's like a messy situation, because even though I'm seeing that whoever you're dealing with, it's like they're at fault, okay? They're showing up here as the Ten of Swords, but they could be dragging this out longer than they need to. I feel like Two of Swords. Yeah, this is an interesting energy here. So you could be like blocked off to communication with this person, like you don't want to deal with them anymore, but because say like you have some sort of attachments, like physical belongings that you need to like figure out how to separate, or yeah, children, mutual friends, maybe you're like frequenting like the same environments with like work or school. It's like hard to end the connection. It's hard to finalize the betrayal. So like ideally when it comes to like ending a toxic relationship where there's infidelity, yeah, lying, cheating, there's this Ten of Swords. It's like in the challenge position, it's like still happening. There's still a betrayal happening. It could be that your ex or the person that you're dealing with, like the person that they brought into, you know, your relationship and created this third party dynamic, the mistress, or you know, the person that they essentially cheated on you with, like they're hanging around, okay? And it's like you don't want to see it, like, but for whatever reason it's like they don't have any shame, and now you're seeing your ex, and it's like a messy breakup because, yeah, you're seeing your ex with this person and they don't care. Like, what the hell? And you're like, just let me like exit this situation and then you can do whatever you want. But they could be very immature. You know, maybe you, in their mind, like you did something to like hurt them, and they, in their mind, they're like exacting some type of revenge. But okay, what's coming towards you? Page of Cups, the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups. So you've got the Emperor in the center of your spread. The Emperor is like the King of Kings. Just hold your cool, Sagittarius. This person, your ex, like they're gonna get, you know, what's coming to them. I feel like they're going to have to confront, you know, themselves. They're going to have to answer to someone bigger than themselves, and karma is going to like set things straight. With the Queen of Cups here as well and the Emperor, you could like essentially meet someone who feels very protective, or like who provides like a space of like protection for you. It could be, you know, there's a few possibilities here. Like it could be somebody that you know, nurtures you, somebody who allows you to open up emotionally to them. It doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship. It could be somebody like an authority figure, somebody you work with, but somebody who's like very strong in their masculine energy, that is like providing that safe space for you, where like as you're moving, as you're leaving this like toxic ex who's kind of flaunting their new person in front of you, you're going to find like solace in somebody who's just going to open up their arms to you and provide that safe space for you, kind of like, you know, as you're picking up the pieces. Yeah, this is like a really messy breakup situation, but there's a silver lining here. Like you are going to be given a container of like emotional support. It's going to come from like a masculine energy, like somebody who is very grounded, somebody who's very like authoritative, and who's going to be able to like stand up for you and like bully your bully, because I feel like your ex is kind of acting like a bully, like childish, you know. Okay, your advice. Yeah, like you're working on moving on. You've got the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. Like this is short-term planning, long-term planning. The Seven of Pentacles, like you have things that like you're investing in. You have a good life, like outside of this like dirty betrayal, like your ex. Sorry, my cats are running around. Outside of this situation, Moo, Charlie, stop that. Okay. Yeah, you have a good life, like you have a solid life, like where you can kind of, if you need to, like you have resources that you can tap into. But yeah, you're doing a lot of like short-term planning, long-term planning. Like you're like in the midst of this like moving away from your ex, like, you know, finding a new place to live. You might be thinking like long term, like, do I want to even live in this city anymore? Do I want to be in this job? Or you might be forced to look at things in the long term or the long run. You might be like stuck again in the same environment where your ex is, and it could be like, for example, you're in, you know, a program like a college or university program. You still have a few years left, so you know, you could always potentially bump into your ex on campus, or, you know, at work even, or say you have the same commute. It's like you're planning like, okay, like I'm gonna change this setup, I'm gonna change up my environment so I don't have to run into them ever again. You're just like, yeah, because Six of Swords is your overall energy. So you're just like short term, how do you get out of this situation, and long term, how do you exit this situation? Love yourself first. So one card from the angel oracles, love angels. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yeah, I feel like you're just kind of like biting your tongue. Like, you're seeing that your ex is like making themselves look stupid. Like, even though they're trying to like flaunt their new person in front of you, it's like everybody else is seeing it and they're just like, what the hell are they doing? You know, like everybody in your circle is on your side. Like, it's just kind of silly what they're doing. So one last card from the divine animals oracle, number 31, cycles hair. Yeah, you're definitely working on closing out a cycle here. And I think you're like on the right track. It's just, again, taking a lot of planning. But you're going to have like one person in particular is going to support you during this time. Somebody in their masculine energy. They're going to provide some like emotional safe haven for you. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that and work on, you know, figuring out exactly what it is that you want for your, you know, next steps, like the next steps of your life. So loving yourself first, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So yeah, this relationship that with this ex, toxic ex, it's like, you know, you were in a certain place in your life where you just attracted something that wasn't good for you. Maybe you weren't paying attention to the red flags, and it happens. But yeah, I think this is going to be like a learning curve for you where you are going to have stronger boundaries from here on out. Okay, my dear Sagittarius, I hope this resonated. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.